Ladies and gentlemen, it is your host, Andre Norman, Prison of Millions, and we are still in Camden, New Jersey, and would be outright out of order to come to Camden and not check in with Mr. Ways.
Peace.
So I want to introduce and show love. I'm saying the Camden Zone. I'm saying, Brother Ways. How goes it?
Peace. I'm at peace, brother. Good being here. Y'all look good. I like to see the movement. I've been aware of it a little bit, and I'm appreciative.
We're in Camden. I know you know we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love it. I'm digging the movement.
So what part of Camden did you come from?
They're going to call it Pollock Town. If I'm being professional, it's Whitman Park area. But we grew up in a hood. It's called Pollock Town.
Pollock Town.
Yeah.
So you
one now.
what era did you grow up in? 80s, the 90s, the 70s?
Yeah, I'm an 80s kid. Meaning I hit the streets probably like 84, 85. 15.
15.
Yeah.
I was supposed to graduate high school in 85.
Right. 88 was my year.
And how long did you last in the street?
When you look back, you laugh at that joke. That stuff be like 18 months, 2 years. Jokers don't get no runs for
Short
real.
runs.
Short runs.
But it seemed like a long run.
Yeah.
At the time.
In real time, right. So, I don't know, I had like a 5-year run.
And
so 19, I was falsely accused of murder. Got convicted, 40 years to life. By 2021, I was down to penitentiary.
And how long did you stay down for?
13 years. Really, altogether was 15, but, it was like 10 months bail, and then...
And you flipped it?
Yeah, 2004.
When it came, I know I flipped my case. I flipped Big Homie's case. I'll never forget when I get the official version. The lawyer call you,
yeah,
like it's over.
Actually, I don't know if I'm going to be honest as I can, right? Like, I had a cell phone in the joint, so my call came from the brother, one of my homies, like that was down with me. He was on this side of the world. So he was in the movies with his daughter, and one of the lawyers called. They got published because my case is in the books. So it was getting published. So lawyers, judges is being told it's coming out.
This is new.
Right. This is what's going on. Right. So the lawyer called my man, like, yo, your boy getting out. So that was the first time I got the news was from my brother.
So when they came and that's just a great day. Every morning at 9:00, they call the names on a loudspeaker to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And when they call those names, every penitentiary across the country, it's like a moment of solidarity and silence because man is walking out. White, black, or Spanish, he walking out. And the objective is always to go home.
Yes, sir.
Then when my time came, when I walked out, I tell people I was crying when I left because I had so many homies, man, that I was never going to see again because I grew up here.
Right.
And it's like emotional to like leave my people.
Yes.
Then I go home, and I came back, and I got some of my homies out. So it's like
I did the same.
When you walk out, what was it like?
So when my experience, I was in MCU, which is a maximum control unit. So I didn't have the ability to communicate no more with the brothers. They took me out of population in like 97, like 7 years into my bid. So me being in MCU, that's 23 and 1. So most of it is locked down. My experience is just a little different in that I was in a prison with some good brothers, and all the leaders of the state they put over there, anybody they consider a threat, get isolated in the penitentiary and put in this MCU in Jersey. So I was over there with some strong men, brothers that grew up, and hate to say some of that, with the Malcolm X era, all that, the North brothers and North Jersey brothers. So these dudes had convictions about them from the 60s, the early Elijah teachings. So being up there was like, if it was 10 brothers, you had 10 different ideologies, and they was convicted more than 100 men, So that was the space. In that space, one of the good brothers was a Muslim, and he seen that I played society a lot through the phone. So as he called it in love, he's telling me, yo, bro, you got to accept that these people for real, that life sentence is real, and you might want to ease up off that phone for your mental health. And I'm saying, I cut the brother off. Oh, bro, it sounds like you're not supportive of my truth, and my truth is I'm going home. So he shot back again, yo, man, these dudes not playing. Right there, I cut the relationship off. Bro, if you're not walking in my truth, we can't walk this yard together. Now, other brothers didn't understand that. They thought I was being a little too extra. So one of the good brothers came and said, yo, bro, what you doing? Like, you cutting the brother off. I said, listen, bro, I'll cut you off too. I'm telling you, I'll walk this space by myself if I have to. I'm going home. So this is not a truth for me where I'm accepting this 40 to life and this is what I'm doing. No, I'm not. So in that space, me and the brother ain't communicate for 2 years. And we ain't in no bigger than on a chair. Yeah, it ain't a big space at all. So now when I get the word, when the brother called me and I kept it down for 2 days because, I had to sneak out or whatever. Yeah. When they cutting me out, I got my little bag, on my hip, and as I'm over my shoulder, as I'm going out, we make eye contact. Like, me and his brother make eye contact for a couple of years. Yeah, we made eye contact, and in that moment, I took my bag off the shoulders and he said, "Where you going? Because it ain't no moving in MCU.
Right.
When the doors crack, it's like." The tombstone,
handcuffs, shackles, waist
you
chains.
shacked down,
you free.
So I'm free. I got my bag. I ain't shackled down. He's like,
"What's going on?"
Yeah, what's going on? Where you going? So I took my bag off my shoulder and said, "I'm going home, bro." The brother say to me, "Oh, you going to population?" I said, "Wow, bro, you ain't getting it." Threw my thing on my shoulder. I said, "No, I'm going home with my family, bro." And that was my last, talk with that energy. But my point in bringing it up is to say, you got to walk in your faith and you got to believe in your truth. And you got to have like minds around you. If they ain't believing in your truth, there's no need. There's no purpose of the relationship if they're not living in your truth, if they're not bearing witness to that God energy calling you to your purpose.
40 to life, gave it back.
40 to life, yes, sir. Gave it back. I just was with this, the New Jersey Supreme Court Justice, the Chief Justice is who reversed my case. We was just up at Atlantic City at the New Jersey Bar Association debating my case. So it was me, the Chief Justice of New Jersey, and a clerk. So they was finding, going to the point on how they found the merits of my case to reverse it. And I was speaking from my perspective on how I did my research. You got to become a lawyer.
Oh, for sure.
If you're really trying to get there. Playing basketball, working out, that's for clowns, for real. And I ain't hating on nobody that want to be in good shape and good health because the God energy call for that. But the priority got to be that you understand that you under a white supremacist law. And if you don't understand it and become a master of it, then, they done got it off on you. So the library and studying the law was a principle of mine. In addition to that, I would call all the best minds together within a prison, the legal minds, and I would have them write my brief. They'll write a brief for me so I can comprehend what is the law looking for. And then I got I call it best lawyer in America. And his name is Alan Bowman out of North Jersey. He was a student under Raymond Brown. Raymond Brown being Assata Shakur's lawyer with the Black Panther movement and stuff. So that was my lawyer, but he became an old man. He was like 85 when I'm in my struggle. So he passed me off to his dude, Alan Bowman. But I'm telling you, Alan Bowman, I asked him, "Yo, why you under the old man?" He said, "My number 2 is better than any number 1. So that was the space that he was cool in. The number 1, being an old man, was schooling me. And he took them lessons well. Because anybody research him, you'll see he popped the door open for a lot of brothers in New Jersey. That's a fact. So 2004, my case get busted open, and my response to that was a relief in a perspective that I can get to work now. I didn't have to depend on the outside world to get the work done.
You had clarity of mind.
Yeah, I was
now,
clear.
Aside from being wrongly convicted and being released, we're not going to talk about the conviction part because that's facts.
Yeah.
Facts is facts. Mm-hmm. Before you went in, what was your mental towards the community?
I was a street dude. I always was a good-hearted dude.
That's how we put. No. Yeah. I'm not your grandma.
Right.
I'm a good-hearted dude.
Right.
That's the grandma line.
Yeah.
I'm a good.
I
was in the streets.
I was a street.
And you had a street mentality.
Absolutely.
When you came home, where was your mental towards the community?
Absolutely, totally different because I recognized that I was a quasi-agent to white supremacy. Right? If you participating in them drugs, if you knocking your folks over the head, how you killing the God energy? What are you doing? So surely if I'm putting my gun on my brother, I'm killing myself. That's the God energy over there. So that perspective became clear in the penitentiary for me, where early on in the streets, it was,
the way of life.
Yeah, everybody, prescribing to that script. You know, I got to get mine. If mine is more important than yours, like it ain't no unity, community aspect to that game. It's clearly every man for himself, right? So in that space, you know, that ain't black men thinking. That ain't my thinking. So when I say kind heart, this is what I'm saying. As a righteous black man, that's not our thoughts. These are other people's thoughts visited upon us. And now as a culture, we'll take on this gangster. But them jokers was clowns. Now, are you defending your family? Are you defending your community? Now, if we
were call that defended against.
Yes, at that point. And it was supposed to be men that stepped to us, right? It was supposed to be men that stepped to that. Said, yo, what you doing? What you doing? You're poisoning us. Or you know you're working for that boy that you know that's your enemy. What you doing?
I asked the question because we go in with the mindset of we're winning at the expense of others.
Yes.
We come home, now winning is at the behest of others.
Yes. So
what are you doing now? You know what you whatever you was doing in the street prior. Everybody has a street story.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a penitentiary story.
Mm-hmm. And
whatever that is, then there's a transformation that happens.
Mm-hmm.
We call it the Malcolm transformation.
Yes. I had the Malcolm moment. Absolutely.
You had your Malcolm moment.
Yes.
But did you get to walk it out? Now that you're here, are you walking out your Malcolm moment?
I'm absolutely living in my Malcolm moment every day, all day. If you're not in tune to the principles that the God have spoke to me in that penitentiary, then we don't have nothing in common. Like, to my point, what we doing?
So what are you doing now? Because brothers are sitting there saying, okay, OG talking. I'm saying he breaking it down. He had his. I'm saying he stayed true. He got his door swung. Mm-hmm. He walked out. Mm-hmm. Now what?
So
what are the facts that say that you care about the community any more now than when you was a youngin'?
I don't like quote material things, but I guess if we get in the prison of millions, we're gonna get to measuring the material world. Right?
Oh yeah, we do that too.
I got a 70,000 square foot building, 70,000 square feet in land, 35,000 square feet in building, and the work is about Black excellence. So right now, we call it talent forward in our community to be refined amongst ourselves and then presented to the world. So we shoot movies, television shows, podcasts. We do dance. Dancing is from 3 years old to 18 years old. In dancing, we building character. Some of our instructors, for example, the tap instructor has a PhD. He's a doctor in psychology. So building character, making understanding that in the young girls and young men to be confident and determined in themselves that because we come from a city that they consider poor, that's a state of mind, and we not poor at all. So like we got young ladies that right now is in Stanford, you know,
doing well,
studying Chinese. So she breaks down Chinese to one of the brothers, one of the Chinese boys, because he didn't understand how to read his own situation. Right. So there go the friendship, and I'm teaching her. She'll say, the family say she's not street smart, and I'm saying, yes, you are. You're street smart because you're from here. And now in that space, of course, she carry herself well. She speak well. So people will try to make her less than, you dig? But now when she's in that environment and, they in San Francisco and they, here come the homeless, here come that other element, and she handling it. She's putting them under their protection.
Camden confidence with Black excellence.
You right. Absolutely right.
That's a mark. You can have it. That's how you advertise. You like that? Write that down. Camden confidence with Black excellence.
Yes, sir.
That's what I would put on your wall. Camden confidence. That signifies and it speaks to.
Yes.
Not the negativity, not the poverty, not the national stats, but what you're creating.
Yes.
And what they're coming from.
Yes. And there's beautiful souls coming out of that. And that's where my happiness lies when I see them family faces. When we having recitals and, there's 1,000 people there. We are a little city. So having 1,000 people come out is a significant thing. But they smiling, they happy that their children performing, everybody's into that family energy, that family mood. Like one of the main things I've done when I first came home was do basketball and softball games in the summer. And literally the crime rate went like this. If we was at 65 people, we went to 32 because as I brought the brothers together, everybody able to communicate. Yo, what was that last night when you was looking at me crazy in the club? Bro, I wasn't looking at you.
I was looking at her.
You ain't see the girl behind you. You know, to have that conversation is important.
Yes.
People don't understand how valuable that is. So every Sunday, we'll have 120 men. It's probably like 4 or 5 games. And they'll bring that family out. We'll barbecue, the music, bouncy houses, you know, just a fun atmosphere.
Question. When you was back in your day, you was making money. And you was riding the town. And you was living your life. And you felt good.
Yeah.
Now you're out here. You're living your life.
Yes.
And you feel good. What's the differential?
I feel great. Happiness, right? That place of peace. Those things that are really priceless. But at the same time, we live in a material world. So watching that happiness come forward in this world is just a beautiful space. Watching a grandmom excited about her granddaughter in gymnastics or dancing. It's just a beautiful space. And like that's my reward in it.
You used to pass out work, now you pass out futures.
Yes, absolutely. We stimulating futures. Any interest in any of the things we're doing over there, we make sure the kids get access to it. There's no limit of time. There's no real ask of money. You know, we do registration. We do, you know,
basics.
We got a couple of bills.
So, question: did your parents get the opportunity to see this turn in you?
Yes. So not my father. My father was a heroin addict, and you know went through the struggles. But my mom is still alive, and yeah, it's the greatest joy. Is all over her face. She walks proud when she, you know, walk into the building and.
Oh, she comes to the building?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have one of the rooms named after her?
No, I should.
What?
Yeah, that definitely is on the joint. That's a good one. Absolutely should.
No, you don't have a room named after your mom?
I don't. But, you know, I've done other things, you know, bought the house, you know, make sure mom good. Like, I'm on top of the mom responsibility. But to your point.
And put a room after your dad.
Yeah. Nah, that's my guy. People ask, what did my father do for me?
Gave you life.
Yeah. Gave me life, and the understanding of my role in my city come from my father. Like, he never physically bought me anything. I can't recall, like, an item that man bought me.
I talk to my son often. I tell him, you started right here.
Yeah.
My heart pumped the blood to put you on this planet.
Absolutely.
Don't ever get it twisted.
Right.
It was a vessel, but the vessel was just an empty vessel until my blood pumped something about me.
Right.
I said, I'm with the carrier and the deliverer of the world and all that. But you started here.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not hating on your mom.
Right.
You started right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I got plans for you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
build this energy forward.
Oh, for it.
And be strong. Don't
if nothing else, when you leave here, if nothing else, I need to see when I come to your center. I don't care if you do a paper sticky with some tape, a room for your mom and a room for your dad.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
There ain't no sense in being a boss if you can't make boss decisions.
Oh no, I definitely can. Like we got Marcus Garvey rooms, you know, the Malcolm X rooms. Got the let me share. The reason why is we got their pictures up, and then you know the QR codes. You can come and scan their pictures, and then in your phone get their speaking. You know,
and you better do the same thing for your parents.
Yeah, absolutely.
QR code for your dad. Yeah. QR code for your mom.
Mom's definitely. Dad may not be able to do it.
Why?
I don't think we got video of the man.
You got a picture?
Yeah, absolutely.
Put what you got.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they find some ancient bones in West Africa, they might not have the picture, but they go put them bones up.
Yeah.
Put up what you got.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's solid.
You didn't. Malcolm's actually my third cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Marcus, no relation. You know what I'm saying? All these people, Medgar they came, but you came from him.
Absolutely.
And as great as our heroes are, there's no greater hero than our parents.
Yeah.
Because they were chosen to bring us forward.
Yeah, I bear witness.
They'd be amongst.
So
I don't, whatever you got, if it's an old hat, put it up there, whatever means something to you. It might not be his voice, but you are his voice. So it can be, when they hit the QR code, you talking about your dad.
Right. No, that's a good space. I'm glad you stimulate that thought. Yeah,
So,
I'm glad you stimulated that thought because I definitely believe in that as a truth.
yeah, I mean, my job and my passion is to create things that don't exist,
Mm-hmm.
to see the missing
Mm-hmm.
and bring it to light.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying something might be overlooked; it just wasn't there. How do I give it life? How do I turn lights on and people can say, "Okay, that counts too." So it's like I'm always looking,
Mm-hmm.
never critiquing, but always looking to
Mm-hmm.
add.
And that's the God energy. I call that the creative process. When your expectations is that we're going to create something that's new. We're going to use the old, bring it together, and create a new truth out of it that's stronger than what was. So yeah, that's a beautiful space.
When we was in the penitentiaries,
Mm-hmm.
these didn't exist.
Not at all.
Yeah. They got that now. Imagine you've been in was MCU,
Yes.
MDU,
MCU, man,
MCU.
maximum control unit.
They got these in
Yeah.
MCU now.
Wow.
Where we're gonna hit this. This interview is gonna be hit on a button, and 400,000 people in MaxSeg, MDU, solitary confinement, general population, all dorms, from the weak dorms to the strong dorms, kitchen workers, everybody.
Right.
500,000 people
That's strong.
are gonna see you. They're
That's
gonna hear
strong.
your words.
That's strong.
What do you want to tell them?
Tap into the God energy, right? You know the society as a definition counted you out, but you and God got to count yourself in. I was at a funeral the other day. My uncle died, and my cousin, his nephew, was saying a story that he said carried him through his life. And the story was what the uncle asked the nephew: "Are you in or are you out?" So they go to space. Are you in or are you out? And when we say in, I mean internally. Are you tapping into your godhood? Or are you letting the outside forces influence you? When you surrender to outside forces, big, little, or small, that means you surrender your God to that outside thing. So I know, the brothers is hard and this is what it's about, but that don't mean nothing if you're giving permission to people outside of you to determine your truth. So my advice is tap into your God energy. If you get there through religion, so be it. But get to your God, and it's within you, not without. It's not external. It's within.
So, who do you help? And who do you help? If somebody say, "Who do you help?" What would you say?
Who do I help?
Yeah.
The whole community. They tried to pigeonhole me and say, "Yo, concentrate on the 18s to 20-year-old. They the trouble kids." Yeah, that's true. But what about our babies that aren't getting educated properly? Or what about our mothers and fathers that was left 40 years behind without proper schooling and stuff? Right? So my reach out is a legal term. The totality of the circumstances.
The totality of the circumstances.
So now when they ask me, what you doing? The totality of the family. Like we doing the whole thing.
You doing the whole community?
Yes, the whole thing. It's a family affair. We all got to influence each other. And surely how you going to have a young man trying to educate himself, become that black excellence, and then he go into a household where they
it's all upside down. So you want a hard question? Or you just want to keep going in this space?
Hard question is fun.
Whole community?
Whole community.
What you doing for white people?
So white people got to understand that they've been privileged.
I got that part.
Yeah, let me, because in order, I'm gonna tell you, my success comes from my relationships with white people.
How does that work?
Great, right? I am who I am. I'm not apologetic about making my community strong, and in that space, powers that be is white people. My people hate on each other. They'll seek to try to destroy me before they look to help me. But yet I'm still committed to my people. Hands down. I know it's a sickness and that self-hate that occur. So I'm not gonna entertain that. I'm gonna still love on my people. But my relationships when asking about white folks, our relationship is pretty good. They just know when I sit at the table, we're talking about percentages and ownership. We're not talking about working and surrendering. We did that for 400 years.
I asked because when I first came home, I went to a juvenile center. I talked to young black boys, mainly because that's where I felt comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Then they asked me to talk to the girls. After like a month, there was a girls' unit upstairs, which was mainly all black girls. Mm-hmm. So I started talking to the girls. Then somebody asked me to go to a white school. I'm like, I don't know about being white kids. Right. But I went to a white school and I found out that they drink, they smoke, they have depression and all the same issues.
Yes.
I said, well, y'all got dads, we don't. So you got it better.
You got them issues, right?
And they was like, no, the guy that sleeps upstairs ain't my dad. He doesn't pay attention, he doesn't check in, he doesn't tap in, and he's out doing his own thing. He tolerates us, doesn't raise us.
Right. When
I walked out of that school, I said, never again will I judge people based on my ignorance. And I went to helping people. And I'm pro-black. I say that 7 times out of 7. But I went from helping young black boys. I used to ignore black girls. I just helped young black boys.
Understood.
Then it progressed and it progressed and it progressed to the point where I felt comfortable. I wasn't ready to help girls. I wasn't ready to help white kids. I wasn't ready to help Spanish kids. I wasn't ready to help, you know what I'm saying, police officers or correction guards. I do trainings for guards now. So I got to the point over time, 22 and a half years, where I help people. Yeah. And when I hear you, I hear the power, I hear the sincerity, I hear the integrity. And I know if it's you help people, that it helps us on the ground in the hood when somebody can go across the tracks or up the road and have a conversation with them about them and be helpful to them. I always tell people, if you want people to help us, what are you doing for them? Yes. So I help all kids. In turn, it brings resources back to our kids. Absolutely. If it's only gimme, that only goes so far.
Yeah. And I try to limit myself in that gimme space. I don't. Yeah, I'm not dependent upon. Like,
no, not us. I mean, folks that be around us. It's like, yo, this we deserve. Yeah, 400 years of oppression is real, but
no, you gotta earn it.
You can't sit around and be, there's no check.
Yeah, the point is, you did 400 years worth of work. Cool, you ain't get paid for it.
Now you know how to work. Get paid.
You know how to work. Now get paid. Yeah.
Why you quit working?
What you talking about?
Quit working.
We can't quit. We ain't doing that.
Never that. Yeah. Nah. So what could I do to be helpful here in Camden?
Well, I say come in, feel the energy, see where we at, take that assessment, and then based upon your power and resources, you connect dots, right? And that's the same responsibility on our end, where we have the ability, we connect dots. And then from that circle, it grows. It's bigger than us as individuals or organizations even, right? That energy, that third entity that's going to be created is going to be sufficient to like help thousands even. It just depends on how we approach this. I asked a young person the other day, how do you create 80 hours out of 24? So of course the obvious answer is 10 people working together in 8 hours, right? But now do the math on that. We talking about thousands of hours over a year period. That has a value. Now, what we going to make that work? What value we going to put on it, and how we going to present it to the world to pay that price for it? So, it's in that space of us coming together. The mind is the strongest space for us, not that individual body. And in that mental space, we come together. We can reduce a lot. We can get a lot done.
The greatest part for me is 30 years ago, we would have met. We would have had guns on us. Yeah. Plotting to hustle together. You'd have been looking at me side eye. I'd have been looking, okay, we good. Okay, man, let's back up out of here. Yes, sir. Now we get to come together, man, and sit down and actually help people stay alive. I got a saying, and you live in it. Success is not a success without a successor.
Yes, sir.
Meaning if you don't reach back and help somebody who is in your circumstances, level up to where you are, you're not successful, you're just lucky.
Yes. So I totally agree to that. And in that space of being in that penitentiary and being innocent, that was one of the main things that was important to me, was to work with the state legislator in getting an innocent project done, meaning there's a review board in the Attorney General's office for innocent people that didn't exist prior. And in that space, we got 3 brothers out. So all from Camden.
You created or helped create the Innocence Project in the state.
Yes, so it ain't an Innocence Project. It's a review committee that the legislation and the governor passed, and they gave the power to the Attorney General to review cases. Right.
And let people.
Yes, sir. So we got 3 people from Camden now. One happened to be my nephew. Like, this is the craziest story. Like, 4 months after I'm free, they falsely accused my nephew. He'd do 16 years. But this is the fight. This is where the journey was. And, I'm at peace knowing that some good brothers didn't get that, do that whole life sentence that they was putting upon them. right? A couple brothers did the 25 years. My nephew did 16 years, but they still didn't do that life.
You got a chance to meet my homie.
Yeah, I meant the good brother.
He came and was like, yo, man, brother got a compound. I'm like, what are you talking about, brother got a compound? I'm like, cool, we'll pull up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I came home, one of the first things I did was went back and got him because he had a natural life sentence. And it's like, I didn't want him to be the most comfortable dude in the penitentiary. I wanted to be the most comfortable dude next to me in first class.
Righteous. Right. And that's a hard space right there because you can get mentored by society, right? So they saying, oh, nephew, did you send money? Why you ain't hired the best lawyer? I'm saying, yo, if you know my nephew case, the best part was already presented. He didn't do it. It was shown he didn't do it. And now we got to be able to change.
You got to walk the process.
Right. Now
when you get into the system real.
Right. We got to change the law. It ain't about presenting my nephew case no more. It's about that law got to be changed the way that is affecting him. So when you in legislation, you talking to senators, you taking that approach, people can't see it, right? That's a long road. So you can get judged as, oh, you ain't there for the brothers. You know, all right, we'll see at the end of the day what time it is. You know, so I'm glad to know, like, DARE the brothers got home. That's like an important space for me. Along with the other work, you know, everything is important. But
you've created a space that these three now, but three more later. Yes. 3 more later. It doesn't end with those 3.
Absolutely.
It doesn't end with that.
Yes, absolutely. Because the law has changed. So we get to affect multiple layers of people.
People see me now and they're like, yo, what's up with old boy? He gone. I ain't on the scene no more. He's not around no more. Oh, Dre done made it. He out of here. The team I ran with, I still run with.
Right.
The dudes I walked through halls with in upstate, he out in the hallway right now.
Right.
So I ain't went nowhere. Right. You never hung with me before, first off.
That part.
That's first off, you wasn't with us upstate.
Right.
You might have been around us, but you wasn't with us.
Right.
But the dudes I was with, I'm still with in real time. But the thing that I did, when I came home in 99, I created, because there was no jobs for ex-offenders.
Right.
If you had did time in jail or in the penitentiary and you had a name of a negative, all the lames who had the jobs would block you.
Yes. Because
they tell the boss, oh, don't hire him, man.
He's not a good
Why? He going to be a problem. Because he's scared you're going to mash him.
Yeah,
or expose him. So my OG from Detroit, I'm saying, bless Mr. Crawford, he came home and all the dudes was blocking him. He was one of the realest dudes ever.
Wow.
And he's like, yo, Dre, these dudes was blocking me. So when I came home, I made it a point to set up a job on a company for dudes with names.
Yes.
And we set the company up. We like bum rushed the city with real work. We created Violence Interrupters. We were the first Violence Interrupters team in the country. Okay. And it became us. Then it became a movement. We did $25 million our first 4 years home. In the space of doing nonprofit work, outreach, gang outreach, programming. And what happened is the city said, we can't get no money because the foundation will come. It's me and you who lived it. Right. And these dudes who went to college.
Right.
They said, get them the money.
Right. Right.
I'm articulate. You're articulate. We run programs. We have access to the real people. They listen to us. We are the community. Yeah. We took all the money.
Yeah.
Then the city said, man, this ain't working for us.
Right.
We just lost millions of dollars to this nonprofit. Well, what's making them win? They got ex-offenders on their squad. And they beating us at the table. So the city changed its policy and hired ex-offenders because they couldn't compete.
Right. Right.
We won every single grant that we went for because nobody could come in and compete with us. City changed its policy. Then they started hiring ex-offenders. Then other nonprofits who couldn't get a dime changed their policy. They had to hire ex-offenders. 22 years later, my brother-in-law, when I came home, I helped him. He had some drug issues. I helped him get on his feet. He's now working with the governor of our state. I got the entire city of Boston has ex-offenders in every level, from nonprofits to city government to state government. Yes. And we started in Boston, like every other program in the country, ceasefire, home visits, reentry, faith-based initiative has migrated across the country. So when I go to other cities and I see brothers with jobs, they don't even know I started that movement.
Right, understood.
But they'll quick to tell me, oh, Dre gone. I'm like, nah, Dre real.
Right here.
Dre right here.
Right.
When I do walk into a room and they say, yo, man, well, what have you done? I said, but I created the Violence Interrupters, the movement. We wrote the violence, charter. We wrote the faith-based initiative that George Bush signed into law. My wife wrote that charter.
Oh,
So all the churches in the country talking about faith-based, that came out of our office.
Gotcha.
Right. All the violence, incredible messengers came out of my office. Yeah. And we put this movement in play. Now I'm getting out the way.
Right.
Right. I got it from here.
Yeah. I was go to the next thing. Move on.
I'm on to something else now.
Yeah, on to something else. Right.
I'm on to something else. And
so in our town, the re-entry is called new entry. So my brothers too that I did time with is home. They did that 30, unfortunately. So, but they made it through parole. So it was about 4 or 5 of us. Tone Henshaw being one of them who has taken the lead. We created the program called Meet 'em at the Gate, where we greet people that come home from the penitentiary, especially those with or without family. It don't matter.
Right.
But we meet them at the gate. We, give them the resources, gift cards, all that good stuff to make sure they got their basics. And then we're introducing to the government resources as far as housing, job opportunity. Yeah.
I want to take you behind the wall. Mm-hmm. There are several prisons in the country that have hired me and give me my own housing unit.
Oh, yeah? What you mean? Hold up. Say that again. Say that again.
There are prisons in this country that have hired me and given me my own housing unit. The Academy of Hope is my program.
Right.
We have housing units in multiple prisons around the country where I have a unit. We interview and recruit people, generally influencers, leaders.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? No kitchen workers and others. And we bring them to a unit and we do leadership development. We do character building. We do training. We do mentoring, violence interrupting behind the wall. And we prepare them to come home from inside.
Oh, that's hot.
I got dude.
We ain't get there yet.
I had one of the homies come from New York. He's working Rikers Island and stuff. He the man. My man, shout out to Giant. He came down to South Carolina with me. We walk in the front door. They hand me keys.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They hand me keys.
What do you say? Different.
He was like, what's that about? It's why they give you keys, Dre. The prison I came out of, I did most of my time in Massachusetts. In this book, talk about they gave me a contract to come back and run the unit that I used to live in. Oh, wow. That's inside. Cool. I got to show you how to go inside.
Yeah.
I walk into the cells. I walk into the block. I got my own housing block. OG, 29 years, he's a unit manager. He went from Florence ADX, Supermax,
he said
to unit manager.
Nah, that's the power of faith.
We can go well past. My thing is create the thing that doesn't exist. So brothers called me from Colorado, I'm saying a couple weeks ago. The state is copying my program in Colorado. The state is copying my program in other places. And then other states are reaching out. I create the model, I get out the way.
Right.
I'm saying you can't do the Black Panther thing and die in the pulpit.
Right.
So I've moved on from street outreach. I'm 55 now. Okay. Now I'm doing politics and negotiations at a higher level and opening doors.
Yes.
I got to show you how to open them doors.
Yes, sir. And get me in on penitentiaries because that is the missing piece.
I'm going to take you to South Carolina. I'm going to take you up to Massachusetts, take you to Virginia, and show you the units that we've set up.
Okay.
And how they operate and run. And I want you to take the model. And there's no charge, there's no fee, there's no nothing. I'm going to give it to you.
Right.
Because it's for us.
Yes, sir.
And we have all kinds of people in our unit. White, black, Spanish, all stand-up men.
That's what counts.
Yeah.
In that penitentiary, people ask me about the word love. And I honestly tell them my greatest experience of love was in the penitentiary with men that would live for you and die for you. It was strictly about the growth of and no harm coming to us. And they was white, black, all shades of colors is the principle of, right? So I'm pro-black.
All day, pro-black.
Yeah.
In my book, of all the people I know on the planet, my book is dedicated to a white lady from St. Louis.
Okay.
Because she was that impactful in my life.
Yes. I'm telling you, another honest space. In the penitentiary, I've studied the brothers, Elijah, Malcolm, Marcus Garvey, everybody. Right? Yes. But they didn't teach me, to your point. You wasn't there with Malcolm. Correct. The only person that ever taught me a thing was a white boy named Walter Butts in the Trenton Penitentiary. I used to sit at his cell and we used to study. He created sugar canes and sugar fields in Chile. I watched him buy apartment buildings and stuff from the penitentiary in Tiffany Green, I think it was called, maybe Ohio. But I watched this white boy, do some things, and he would sit me down and walk me through it step by step. like literally, the guards and everything understood to leave us alone. Like this is what we did every day, faithfully all day long, converting money, the dem to the yen and the yen to the
Forex.
Yeah, he was going hard on all that back then, and I credit him with the only brother that taught me something I didn't know, and he taught me that I can't say that.
Yeah. Oh, I had tons of brothers who spoke to me, guided me, led me. And there's a lot of white boys who looked out and gave me some gems along the way too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody. They in the book, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to sell the book, I give my book away. But this is where us movement.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we know sometimes it's us against us, and sometimes it's us against them. Now it's just it's no more us versus anybody.
Right.
It's us versus education.
Right.
And this whole platform is to educate people like this. So if you're in a dorm, you're in a cell, you're on wherever you are, we can reach you.
So that's a beautiful thing. I hope my voice and being lent to this have the brothers to understand. I'm gonna say it again. Dig deep within, come up with that understanding of who you are, why you think the way you thought. Like who gave you this way of thinking? And analyze it. If it fits you, it fits you. If it don't, it don't. And if it don't fit you, then you tap into that God energy and get understanding of who you are, what your talents are, and what your purpose is on this earth. And in that space, moving forward is like absolutely the program.
With that, we got to close this out. And I got one last request.
Yes, sir.
I got to visit Meek Moms, man.
Yeah, no question. All right, Mom Duke's around.
Okay.
My mom just rung the bell last month on beating cancer. So life is beautiful. We enjoying it.
Life enjoying. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to take an exit because I got to go see this wonderful center. What is the name of the center again?
DARE Academy.
DARE Academy.
Yeah. Our program CANDO, Camden African Neighborhood Development Organization. Can do. We can do anything together.
Right here, sending in no longer just called Camden. It's called, I'm saying that happens. Black excellence. Camden confidence with black excellence.
Yes, sir.
Salute.
Salute.